it's Lillian here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about TFSA room and how important to have a TFSA. So stay to the end to know everything that you need to know about that. So this year, in 2022, Ottawa already released there will be $6,000 of room available to all Canadians who are eligible. And what does that mean? Which means if you were 18 when you were in 2009 until 2022, your total room will be 81,500. That's a lot of room. So why is that important to us? We will talk about later. So first of all, where do you find all of your room information? Because you might already contributed some, but you don't know how much more that you have. So on my CRA, there is a place that you can see your TFSA room and also your RSP room if you need to know that. But be careful when you look at that room on the CRA website. It's not very updated, which means that if you see that for like now is 2021, the room on there most likely is the 2020's room. And think about if you already contributed anything for 2021, and that will be something you have to manually count. Unfortunately, because they are so that's how it works, but it's really worth the work if you know how awesome TFSA is and you use it properly. And if you don't have $6,000 to maximize it, that's fine. Just leave that room for the next year because it will accumulate from year to year. That's why we get that 81,500 room. And one note about over contribution, that's something that I come across a lot with my own clients. And what happens is like they just miscalculate the TFSA room and they over contributed, but then they didn't know because they have not received any notice from CRA until many months later, which they deposited again. So the contribution, over contribution, there is a penalty. That's 1% of any amount that's over contributed every month. That's a heavy penalty, which means 12% per year. So make sure you don't make that mistake because that's gonna eat away a lot of your investments. So in the description box below, I did put in a calculator there. You can use to see how much room you have. Another thing about TFSA is that it's a personal account. It's like individual account. So you cannot have a spousal TFSA or joint TFSA. It can be either under my name or your name or someone else's name, like one person. So if you like between husband and wife, why TFSA is so important to us? Well, the name TFSA, which is tax-free savings account, sounds like a savings account, but I don't know why CRA did this. It's never supposed to be used as a savings account. It is such a great investment account. And because if you put savings in there, we all know that the saving is almost zero right now with the interest. It's like you have a Ferrari, but you leave it in the garage all the time because you didn't even use it to what that's supposed to work for you. But so that's why use it properly. So we will talk about more about what to invest in TFSA in another video. Another very important reason of having TFSA and having it now, like early, is that with all of these TFSA investments you accumulated in the account, and think about that, if that can grow 10, 20, 30 years for you, it's gonna be a big chunk of tax-free money sitting in the account, and it will really help you to do your tax planning in your retirement years, which means you might get less OAS clawback, or you can withdraw less from your RSP or RIF. And also, all the money in TFSA is tax-free, not just now, but also when you die. So that means it's not included in your final tax bill, and if you structure it right, it can roll over to your spouse and easily, and no probate. It doesn't go into the estate, so no probate needed, which is a huge plus for cash flow and for all the hassle that you have to go through to take these money out. That's it for today's video. I hope it helps you to know more about how much room you have and where you can find them, and also how important to start open one today. Okay? So leave a comment below if you have a TFSA or not, and let us know. Thank you, and see you next time.